First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders, salutations to the brothers that preach and teach this word in sincerity and in truth, the confusion of faces, the one-third scattered on the four corners of the planet Earth, and the sincere aqua that listen. Alright, shalom. But I here with another lesson. Pray Yahweh Shem Yahushai is edifying. Alright, this is Russia to use SS-19 ICBMs as carriers for Avangard hypersonic glide vehicle source. Right? About 30 UR-100N UTTKH liquid propellant missiles were delivered from Ukraine for the gas depth, according to the source. Moscow, March 20th, TASS, Soviet-made UR-100N UTTKH. NATO reported named the SS-19 Stiletto, right, intercontinental ballistic missiles. ICBMs will be the first carriers for hypersonic glide vehicles of Russia, most advanced Avangard missile system, a source in the Russian defense industry told TASS on Tuesday. Right, so Russia again is preparing for war. Alright, let me just let's look up this word hypersonic. Hypersonic flight is through the atmosphere below about 90 kilometers at speeds above Mach 5. Right? If I'm not mistaken, Mach 1 is the speed of sound. Supersonic travel is a rare rate of travel, an object that exceeds the speed of sound Mach 1. So that is supersonic. Is ratio equal object speed over the speed of sound, right? That is supersonic. And what there's transonic. Push you into this diagram. There's subsonic minus Mach 1.0. Alright, there's transonic Mach 1.0, there's supersonic Mach 1, and there's hypersonic Mach 5.0. Right, Mach number equals the object speed divided by the speed of sound, pictures of aircraft at subsonic blah blah blah. Right, so basically what we're dealing with is the speed at which the missile is going to travel at, right? 5 times the speed of sound, right? Because the speed of sound is Mach 1, right? Going back to hypersonic flight. Hypersonic flight is flight through the atmosphere below about 90 kilometers at speeds of Mach 5. So that is very fast. A speed where dissociation of air begins to become significant at high heat loads. Right? Yes, showing some rockets. It says second paragraph, in the early 2000s, about 30 UR-100N UTTKH liquid propellant missiles were delivered from Ukraine for the gas debt, right? So they pay them in missiles. after the disintegration of the USSR. They were kept at warehouses in their unfueled condition. So they were stockpiled, right? There's about 30 of them, right? That is, they were actually new and capable of going on combat duty to serve for several dozen years. A part of these missiles will become carriers of the first series of hypersonic glide vehicles in the next few years, the source said. Right? So the hypersonic glide vehicles, this is a diagram of the hypersonic glide vehicles right here. It says, with the acceptance of the heavy RS-28 Sarmat, this is Russia's name for the missile, but NATO name it Satan number 2. Missiles for service such vehicles, with the acceptance of heavy RS-28 Sarmat missiles for service, such vehicles will be mounted on them as well, right? The source added, speaking about the combat characteristics of the new hypersonic glide vehicle. The source noted that the yield of the nuclear warhead mounted on it is equal over 2 megatons of TNT equivalent, was quite enough to fully destroy especially important targets. 2 megatons. Right, let's see where's a megaton. This is examples of a 50 megaton blast radius. This is an ICBM. This is an EPM, electromagnetic pulse. This is what happens when a nuclear missile goes off. The area by bursts at 30, 120, and 300 miles. Electromagnetic pulse threat testimony to House National Security Committee, July 16th. Right, basically the whole of America could be destroyed by this. It says, can Russia Satan 2 nuke wipe out Britain? What would happen? The devastating 40 megaton weapon is most advanced of its kind, and said it is capable of destroying the entire UK in a single blast. Right? What would happen if Satan 2 landed on your tongue? Since Russia unveiled its terrifying Satan 2 missile, the world has been cowering in fear of the nuclear holocaust. The devastating 40 megaton weapon is most advanced of its kind, and is said to be capable of destroying the entire UK in a single blast. The weapons which will be ready for launch in 2018 will make the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki look like pop guns, experts have said. Vladimir Putin is seeking to replace his arsenal of SS-18 Satan weapons with the new RS-28 Sarmat super nukes. Right, so they are super nuclear. They are super nuclear weapons, right? Well, we can't see the footage. I don't know why, but they say the blast would devastate London, right? Yes, this would be the nucleus by the tag, and then the flag. Look at the effect. Look at the effect it would have. Alright. So, these sorts of entire attack on my phone. Going back to the original article, speaking about the combat characteristics of the new hypersonic glide vehicle, the source noted that the yield of the nuclear warhead mounted on it over 2 megatons in TNT equivalent. Right, so we just read it was actually 40 megaton for the Sarmat 2 RS-28 Satan 2 missile, right? Today the yield of the armament of the strategic nuclear carriers in Russia, the United States, and the United Kingdom, China, and other countries normally does not exceed 1 megaton. But the world's most powerful weapon was tested in the Soviet Union in 1961. The AN-602 thermonuclear air bomb had a yield of 58 megatons. TASS has not yet received an official confirmation of the information provided by the source. Avangard and UR-100N UTT-KH missiles, Russian Deputy Defense Minister Yuri Borisov said earlier that the Defense Ministry had signed a contract on the production of the Avangard hypersonic strategic system. The new weapon was mentioned for the first time by Russia's President Vladimir Putin in his State of the Nation address to the Federal Assembly on March the 1st. Right? Russia's Strategic Missile Force Commander Sergei Krakakiev later specified that the trials of the Avangard hypersonic missile system had been successfully completed, right? So long and short of the story is that Russia basically is prepared, right? Russia is basically prepared. Right, so the scripture that I want to hit is Jeremiah chapter 51. I think it's verse 11. It says, make bright the arrows and gather the shields. Right? The arrows is what? These missiles. Right? These missiles, the prophet Jeremiah described them as arrows. Right? Make bright the arrows and gather the shields. The Lord had raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. Who is the Medes? The Medes is the Russians. Right? And their spirit is turned up. Vladimir Putin, he in playing right now. The Most High has his spirit, and on top of that, the spirit has led that he has been re-elected as president of Russia over the weekend, I think it was, for another 6 years. So the people are confident. They are confident in their president, the king of the Medes, right? The Most High has it in his spirit that he set this man up to bring forth the destruction at hand, Lord willing, anytime soon, right? For his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple, right? It's the vengeance of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that America be totally annihilated. They say one of these avant-garde missiles have the destructive force basically to take out the whole of Europe, right? I didn't get the exact figure on the blast radius, but you could see the range, and then there's also the nuclear wind, Right? And the scripture does describe the nuclear wind. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, and I'm going to go down to verse 40, right? Because since Vladimir Putin make his announcement, how much have you heard from the American president Donald J. Jackass Trump, right? Normally he is the type of person to gloat and boast with confidence, like the mockery he made of Kim Jong-un, right? Because Kim Jong-un announced that he has his nuclear missile, his nuclear trigger button on his desk, and he jumped out and said what? That he have one and it been ready, and basically it's a bigger one. You understand? So your big talk, your proud talk, you're guffing up on your chest, you're puffing up your pride. Where's your pride now? When Vladimir Putin make his announcement. This is what Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 40 has to say. It says, the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, because basically it was 5 cities destroyed. It wasn't Sodom and Gomorrah alone. Said the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell there, because America is going to be annihilated. Which we can see that Russia have the ability to do that with one of its Sarmat, and it's putting the Avangard missile program into production, right? Where they're going to have over 30, right? It says, behold, a people shall come, right? Because the Avangard, if I'm not mistaken from reading, is a missile. The Sarmat is the warhead. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, I could be corrected. Behold, a people shall come from the north, a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. And this is what it is. These nations, they're being stirred up, and the king from the north is who? The king of the Medes. That is Russia. That is who? In reality, that is Vladimir Putin. Right? And he's calm and collective about the whole thing. He's poised. He's prepared. He's making ready. All this uproar about Syria and Iran and things, which are the allies. What these are what? These are the kings of the earth, the kings from the coast of the earth. These nations, they is all going to what America, the sanctions and the embargoes that they're setting upon these nations. All are going to what? To angering them, to making them your enemies, and even your allies going to turn against you, America. Right? Going to turn against you and your king, the king of Babylon, which is Donald J. Trump. He's the face of the king, but really actually is the elites, the bankers, right? The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the so-called Illuminati. They are the ones that control the West, right? They are the ones that control the world. Their philosophies, right? Their doctrine, the way that they would have the earth to go, they swing it because why? They have the money. They rule through deceit. Through what? Sorcery, through propaganda, and through lies, right? The so-called white man, right? The Medes are the descendants of Japhet, right? And what? The so-called white man are the descendants of who? Esau and Edom. And the so-called Negroes, the Latinos, and the natives, we are the descendants of what? The children of Israel. That's our progenitor. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Those are our progenitors. We are the sons of the Most High, right? These heathens, they are the sons of what? Of men, and Esau is the son of the wicked. They are the devil. They were created to be the wicked, to be the host of the spirit of evil, of the devil, of our adversary, Satan, right? And what we see in this, that this judgment is going to unfold on the sons of the wicked, right? And the sons of men are going to be put into order. The sons of the wicked are going to build back the kingdom of the sons of the Most High, right? Which is the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of the Israelites. And we're going to be led by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, King David, and the elect. They're going to be the first fruits. So the salvation is going to come via what? Chariots is going to come by Yahweh Shai, coming with the ships. The so-called UFOs, they are the chariots of Israel, to deliver us and to save, who is the us? The elect, right? Because we are the hopeful elect, we doing the work, hopefully that we are of the elect. It said make us calling and be diligent to make a calling and election sure, right? That's why the apostle Elder Taha has put it out there in the realm that we should be doing like three videos a day, right? Because basically we doing like Joshua. We going around the walls of Jericho right now, right? We're not physically marching, but we pushing that spiritual energy against the destruction of that city. The city back then was what? Jericho. Now the city that we're destroying now is the great Babylon, right? Babylon the Great, which is America, which is the city of the devil, right? Our adversary Satan, the so-called white man, right? Hope that is plain enough to the understanding of the elect that is listening out there, right? It says, going back to Jeremiah chapter 40, God had overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, said the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell there. Right? We're seeing that because of the destructive force. The scriptures say that 200 million missiles going to destroy America. And imagine the destructive force of one. They just described it in the Saramat. RS-28, Satan 2. Right? Behold, a people shall come from the north, a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. Right? They shall hold the bow, and the lance they are cruel. Right? And will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and shall ride upon horses. The horses goes back to power, right? They're telling you about how much power that these missiles have. They have what? The one article said 2 megaton. The next article said 40 megaton, right? They said that the most destructive force back in 1916, if I'm not mistaken, was what? 58 megatons. That's the destructive force. That's power. The speed is at what? 5 times the speed of sound. That's hypersonic. Hypersonic at low altitude, 90 kilometers. Right? That is destruction. That is total oblivion. That is why it's actually plain to see why America is going to look from space as a lake of fire. Right? Because of the amount of energy and force and power that's going to be rested upon the land. The whole earth is going to shake. Alright? Going back to Jeremiah 51. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord had raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. For his device is against Babylon to destroy. Yeah, his device, his plan, his motive is to destroy Babylon. Right? The scripture just said no man shall dwell there. Right? Because it is the vengeance of the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The vengeance of his temple. Yeah, you have been destroying the temple of the Lord, which is his people, his men. He said, they that touch you, they touch the apple of my eye. Right? The Most High is going to revenge his people. You're destroying the prophets. You're destroying the nation of the prophets, which is the Israelites. Right? You want to enforce what? The RFID chip, which is a mark of servitude. That is the mark of the beast. That is the mark of servitude on the who? On the Esau, the devil. Right? You're going to afflict us by what? By the total economic collapse. There's going to be what? Famine of food, pestilences, disease, biochemical warfares. Because Esau is the devil. These things, they're about to bring on us. These are they practice the things that they have learned of old. They just recycle the old tactics. Right? Biochemical warfare. That's an old tactic. You used it in the past with the natives. And they continue to use it to this day with what? Chemtrails. And they're going to use it in that day for what? The zombie apocalypse and all these different things that they have planned. In most recent times, they bring back out Ebola and these diseases that they have in the archives. You've been digging up the bones of the giants. You've been digging up the bones of the ones that died in the Black Plague. And you've been bioengineering diseases and super engineering or bioengineering super soldiers from the bones of the giants. All these different things are recorded as the evil workings of the devil, the so-called white man. Esau and Edom is his biblical name. Right? The Most High is going to revenge your wickedness on the planet Earth. Jeremiah 51 verse 12. Set up a standard upon the walls of Babylon, and make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen and prepare the ambushes. And who is the watchmen? We are the watchmen are the prophets of the Lord. They are the seers, seeing the wickedness that is being done. And we're reporting it, we're filtering it through the scriptures and showing that you are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right? It says, prepare the ambushes for the Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai had both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. Right? The scripture says, the Most High is not as man that he should lie. Babylon is going to be destroyed. Right? And the kings of Babylon are going to be put in chains and shackles. Right? And they're going to be repents for what they had done unto the nation of Israel. Right? O thou that dwellest upon many waters, how you dwell upon many waters? Your different ships. Right? You have your different ships, your navy spread wide across different lands. You have your different embassies in all these different countries, meaning to say that you have a military port, you're in control. A military post, you're in control. Right? Thou that dwellest upon many waters, and abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. Right? Because you're greedy. You can never have enough. Right? You want to have everything upon the planet Earth. And through corruption and deceit is how you gather your riches. Right? And the Most High is bringing an end to your wicked-ass kingdom and to your wicked-ass people, to your nation, Esau and Edom. Right? The elite of your nation are going to be spared the missiles. They're going to be the first crop. Right? And then in the regeneration for 1,000 years, you're going to be slaves under the hand of the nation of Israel. Right? You're going to be low. You're going to be the lowliest of all nations. Like we are the lowliest right now. You're going to be the low. You're going to be the scum of the earth. Even more scum, because right now you are the scum, but you are the scum with the power seat. Right? But you're going to be more scum. Right? You're not going to be revered. You're going to be despised. Right? You're going to be rightfully despised. You're not going to be exalted. Our women are not going to want to blonde their hair and bleach their skin. Right? Ephraim is not going to take pleasure in being light skin. Actually, Ephraim, in that day, Ephraim going to go back to having melanin in his skin. Right? But we know the nation's not going to take pride in wanting to be light skinned anymore. Esau, you are the son of the curse. The mark that the Most High had given upon Cain, who is your forefather. Right? That curse, that mark, or what is a distinguishing mark? The mark of leprosy. Right? And you're gonna be you're gonna be made to pay for all that wicked works you have been doing on the planet Earth from the beginning to the end. Because at the beginning, as Cain, you was a wicked to your brother. You slew your brother without a cause because he was righteous and you was wicked. And to this day, you're slewing your brother who? Jacob. Because he was righteous. According to the Apocrypha, good is set against evil, and evil against good. Both of them are separated from the beginning. We call that balance. Right? So don't come to the loss. Just accept your purpose has been fulfilled in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Now you're going to be eradicated. Right? So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. We give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders. Salutations to the brothers who preach His word in sincerity and in truth across the four corners of the earth. Shalom.